Jumping right into this makeup look, my face is already moisturized and primed and my eyebrows are done. Right now I'm just taking this e.l.f. translucent powder and setting my eyelids just to cancel out any grease or like moist oils on my lids. This will just help for an easier and smoother eyeshadow application. Next, I'm taking that same powder and I'm dusting that all over my face with this sponge that came with the powder. I really like doing this prior to applying my foundation because I do have like normal to oily skin, but I found that doing this just mattifies the look even more. I think I first saw Elisa Forever doing this technique and it really made her foundation look so flawless. With this Real Techniques beauty sponge, I am going in with this Maybelline foundation. I think I'm in the color 93 Caramel, but all of the information will be listed below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. Honestly, I do not like this foundation. I got it because I got it from Walmart, and the store that I went to was out of two other foundations that I was looking for, especially in my color. So this will come off a little like a shade light, but it ended up working out. It's just really hard to apply because it dries fast kind of, and it's hard to move. And I haven't tried it with a brush, but this is a clean, damp beauty sponge that I'm using, and it was hard to blend out with that, so I don't think a brush would make it any easier. So yeah, it's a no for me, but I am going to use it just to play with it a little more. Next, I'm going in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer to cream contour, which I don't normally do. This is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And I'm just putting that in all of the places on my face that I just want to kind of hide, or draw less attention to. You highlight in the places you want attention to, or where the sun or light naturally hits your face, and then create shadows in the other areas. So that's what I'm doing here. Like I said, I don't normally cream contour, but it wasn't too bad, so I may do this. Don't hate it and then don't love it. So next, I'm going in with this True Complexion contour palette in this e.l.f. brush, I believe. And I'm just setting, like I said, everything will be listed below, so check the description box. But I'm just setting that cream contour with the Sculpt color first, and then I'm going to deepen the contour, especially on my cheeks, with the darker shade. And I'm just buffing that into my skin in a circular type of motion. Next, I'm taking this powder brush from Profusion and this black Radiance Soft Focus setting powder, like all over face powder, and I'm using that to set my entire face and just to help that contour and highlight kind of blend it better together. And I don't completely finish it here, but it'll all come together in the end. So around my jawline area is a little harsh right now, but I'll pull it together later on. So I'm taking that color from the Morphe 350 palette and this blending brush, and I'm just putting that in my crease, a little bit in my upper crease, but tightening it or really like diffusing it into my crease. I really love this shade as a transition color. The next, I'm going into the shade right below the one I just applied in a different blending brush, and I'm taking that color just to deepen up the crease a little more. I love this shade. It's like a brown type of mauve-y almost kind of color, and I'm taking that like on the outer portion of my crease and pulling it down to my like outer V area. I love the way this look came out. I really did not have the intentions on doing this, but that's the beauty of makeup. Like, you can just start playing with things and then turn it into something that you really love. Next, I'm going in with this soft like milk chocolate color in the palette, in the same palette, in this more dense, densely packed brush. This is actually a blending brush, but the way the bristles were at the time, they were like more densely compacted together, so I just used that to apply that milk chocolate color on my lids. And then just went back to that other blending brush just to blend that out and cause for a smoother transition. You don't want any harsh lines. This is a very smoky look. Next, I'm going into the 35S palette, and it's actually the same milk chocolate color except the shimmer shade of it, which is really why I like the Morphe palettes, the 350 and 35S specifically, because they complement each other so well. And if you like one shade in matte, you can also use it in the shimmer. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm just applying that with a small flat I think this is a concealer brush. I'm just applying that there, and I love this color. And I just push the brush like back and forth in the pan to get more of a pigment. I didn't use any like glue or anything before, like glitter glue or anything before I applied the pigment, but I really didn't need to. It came out really beautifully and pigmented, so I love this palette. Still blending, you guys. I cut so much footage out of this. I know this video is still like 17 minutes long, but I cut so much footage out of this because I was blending crazy. You just want to keep on blending. So next, I'm using this Maybelline concealer in the color 25 medium, and I'm using that to sharpen up the edges of my eyeshadow. So prior to doing the foundation and everything, like if you do your eyes first, you can easily put tape at the ends of your eyes, as I'm sure you've seen plenty of YouTubers do. But if you do it after the fact, like I did, using concealer in this way just creates the same sharp effect. And then I'm applying too much LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Pure Beige to highlight my face. I know it looks like a ton, and I kind of did use a lot just because this is a very dramatic type of eye look and makeup look in general. So don't worry, I'll blend it all out. It'll be fine. That's where I'm fixing up that shade from the contour on my chin. I realized it was a little patchy looking right there, so I'm just blending that out before I blend out that concealer. So with this damp beauty sponge, this isn't a beauty blender, but I love this sponge. It came with my Profusion brush palette that I just got from like a DD's or like some discount store. I don't even know. But I love this brush. Oh my gosh, I love this brush so much. I'm just using that to blend out that concealer and using the butt end of it to blend it out around the areas where that highlight meets the contour, just for a more seamless kind of blend. And I'm using whatever's excess on the sponge to sharpen up that contour. Next, I'm setting it all with that same e.l.f. translucent powder that I used earlier in the video. And I'm taking this e.l.f. contour palette in that ashy kind of shade. It's the darkest in the palette, but I did really like how this complemented the cream contour. I'm taking that same Black Radiance full complexion powder, whatever it's called. Everything will be in the description box, but I'm using that to help dust away that translucent powder from under my eyes, and also using it to set all of my face. And don't forget your neck. I started to go in with that e.l.f. concealer, that e.l.f. contour brush, but I decided to use this smaller, big fluffy kind of brush for my nose contour, and I went back in with that Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in the Sculpt shade, and I did a pretty like severe contour in this video because everything is so dramatic, but it will blend out really well, so don't be alarmed. Next, I'm just taking an e.l.f. flat top foundation brush and blending out that contour and softening those harsh lines. Next, I'm going back into the 350 palette and that shade. How did I describe it earlier? I think I said like a warm brown something color. Anyway, I used that in my crease earlier to define my crease a little bit more, so I'm just using that to brush under my lash line. And I'm taking a mixture of that color, and I'm not sure if I showed it or not, but that color and the darker milk chocolate color in the palette as well. Oh yeah, that color right there, that milk chocolate color that I used. And I'm just brushing that on the outer edges of my eye, and I'm lining my eyelash, my tear duct area, excuse me. Not my tear duct, what is it? My lower lash line. Yeah, my lower lash line with the brown liner. It's just a no-name liner that I had. And I'm just using that for my waterline. I didn't like how my nose contour was coming off, so I'm just fixing that up a little bit, and you'll see me doing that quite a bit on the nose as well as my lid shade. I think I wanted that shade to be a little bit more intensified. I can put cameras all over you, cameras all over you. Never mind me on the pop shit, man, I've been getting hot with these fools. Next, I'm highlighting with this Tantastic highlighter by Milani, which I am in love with. This is probably the best like beauty supply or like discounted highlighter there is. I just love this stuff so much. I'm just highlighting the bridge of my nose and my tip of my nose, a little bit on the high points of my cheeks, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. And I'm setting all of that with that Maybelline setting spray. Yeah, I'm so sorry guys. I don't have any of this in front of me right now, but it will be in the description box. I'm going back into the Morphe 350 palette and using that very pretty like pinky champagne-y kind of color and putting that in my tear duct area just to brighten up my eyes a little bit more, because I did use a lot of darker shades on this look, and I think it really complements the nose highlight as well. So yeah, that's where I'm intensifying the lid shade with that same brush I used earlier. And now I'm going in with this mascara. This is the Plumpify mascara. I love this mascara. I recently got it, I think about at least like 2 weeks ago, I believe. And I love this mascara. I have not been able to put it down at all. So I'm just generously coating my lashes there because I loved how this makeup look came out, and I did not want to ruin it by trying to add any lashes. We already know what kind of struggle that is for me. If you haven't seen that video, I will post it so that you can see it. And then I'm just going in with that mauve shade in the Coastal Scents Camouflage Blush 2 palette. I really like this blush. This is pretty much the one I gravitate to the most. Adding a little bit more highlight because why not? I'm totally out of frame here, but I was just intensifying my lashes with that mascara. Glasses are back on, and now I'm gonna apply this NYX Butter Gloss. I will put the shade below, but I think it's Praline, I believe. Just as an option, as a lip shade. I love these butter glosses though. They are so much moisturizing and apply so nicely, but that's the look with the gloss. I really liked it. It was really pretty, but I wanted to intensify it and make it more bold, so I went in with this Kiss brown lip liner, and I just lined my lips and filled them in a bit as well. And then I went in with Lena Lashes liquid lipstick in the color Frederic, which is so dark. It comes off almost black in some pictures, but it's, if you can see, it's that really like deep chocolate kind of color, which I think went really well with this makeup look. Okay, so that completes this makeup look. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment below if you'd like to see anything else or anything in particular from me, and I will definitely do that. Follow me on my social media, and I will see you guys later. Bye.